I got all of my stupid and facetious conspiratorial things
Nonsense
out.
out.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Oh,
I got
Cosby
a trump
face.
card left.
Don't. Please don't.
Yeah, you would
Motherless.
like to survive this encounter of the day?
No.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, who would
I
like to
guess you might
start
as
us
well do a
off?
mic check on the stream if anybody wants to mute themselves and go
Yeah.
listen.
Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
Well, you can't do it until somebody mutes himself here. Oh, well, Earl did, but I don't know if he's been muted or not.
Oh, hang on, I gotta fix my hair. Son of a bitch, really? Come on.
I'm not doing it because my
Fine.
system's
Fine.
weird, so.
Son of a
Website?
Twitch.
Where we're linked at 20?
Oh, roll 20.
Roll 20.
I was gonna say Twitch. Is that what you're talking about?
We're hoping for nat 20s, but the website is Roll 20.
My 2-month subiversary, guys.
Woot, woot. I'm not ready for this at all.
Shopping it.
What are you
I don't
talking about? We
care.
did all the shopping last time. We're gonna go
No,
bonk
you still
things.
need a shield. I still needed something. Lamp still needed to look at alchemy stuff. Not alchemy stuff. Potion stuff.
I thought we did that at the end of the episode, didn't we?
No, we made
You're
a
like,
list
hey.
of what we were doing at the end of the episode.
Killing me.
I know.
Currently, I have not figured it out yet. But I can link my D Beyond to that roll 20.
I believe
Don't
so,
know how to do
yes.
Ask Zach. He probably knows how. He can teach you
I
later.
believe you can also build a character sheet within Roll20.
You
Yeah.
can do
could-
that,
yeah.
yes. That showed me that. But my customer, Forever D, Beyond the 20.
Yeah.
He said that the link,
Which would be
grab
nice
your-
because then you don't have to redo it, but yeah.
right.
Does anyone have programming experience? I know Scott's doing the learnings, yeah.
Ben would probably one.
All right. I have this idea that I keep trying to flesh out, but I need to learn how to actually make it into a thing. But it's essentially my original campaign, like my first character and everything. One of our guys is out in Phoenix, so when we get together, we put him on the laptop in the corner. But I wanted to come up with something to kind of help him out. But I figured it would work great for any party that isn't like face to face. But I don't know. I gotta flesh it out some more, but I gotta also learn how to code so I can make it.
Just so you know, Will is not here yet.
Okie dokes.
At least he's still
Damn you, Billiam.
so I assume that means he's not here.
What not to be meta, what Hunter's Prey did he choose?
That's a good question. Where Dingus?
Shut the fuck up. I swear to God, if he took what I think he did just to be a dick to me, I will love and hate him simultaneously.
Hunter Ranger. Hang on.
Okay, it's green this week.
Says the Hunter's Prey, there's Colossus Slayer, Horde Breaker, or Giant Killer. That sounds like if he took Giant Killer, I'm gonna both love and hate him.
Let me look.
All right. It's green this week. So.
Hunter Prey. Make another attack with the same weapon. Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
have a favorite turn, favorite enemies, advantage.
I don't think he mentioned it to us. It's not my sheet for him either. And let me look at lower. Maybe it's in this thing. No.
Well,
You
it
must
would have
have
been at
told me.
level 3. So unless did he send you the level 3 sheet?
Yeah, but he didn't write it down in the sheet, or he didn't message it to me, so I didn't know to write it down in the sheet.
Good thing we're
'Cause I'm
figuring
going
this
to run
out
to the
now.
bathroom. Yeah. So I'm going to run to the bathroom. I should have enough range to hear you guys, but obviously I'll be on mute.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I don't. It must have been something he told me verbally, because it's not in my DMs to him. So.
Oh my god.
What?
What happened?
What?
It's
Is it something you can't say?
it's magical. I'm gonna show you.
Alright, I'm just gonna mute myself for a second because my nose is being a jerk. But I am
Okay.
here.
And then we will wait to jump in and recap and go from there.
It's the only thing I can say. It was for science sake.
Sounds about right.
Holy shit, I tried to make an egg in the microwave.
Oh god, no you didn't.
Not with the shell.
That's funny. How long did you
Alright,
put
I
it on
guess-
for?
For not even 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It
Normally
just
it's a boot
it
a
just rises.
Yep. And then you flip it, and then you put it on again, and you're good. And that's a good dick.
Well,
What are we
if I
talking about?
knew how much it rose, I wouldn't put 5 eggs in a cup.
Oh yeah.
God damn it, Penny.
You know, why does it sound like a Lamps move?
This is a young man error.
It sounds like you're high. You don't have any butter to fry your egg, and you want an egg.
So you put them in a cup. Not in a bowl, in a cup.
Yeah.
God damn it, Vincent.
I think I want to quit this campaign because of that.
Goodbye.
Wait, we kind of want his damage resistance though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think of all people, Meowgi needs me to protect him the most.
Bad kitty.
I got a ring of protection. I
Do
don't
ya?
need you.
Yeah. How
I mean,
much
if you
health
want
do
to
you have
trade
again?
that ring,
We'll
Less
see
than
when
half?
people are rolling D100s, huh? Yeah, we'll
was
see
like,
when
how
people
much-
are rolling D100s.
You have less than half of my total health.
I think I have almost
yeah, I have 27,
1/3
so
of your health.
I have 27, so I think I'm a little above half your health.
Yeah. I'm
But
at
Miyagi's
44.
less than that.
Wait, Meow, how much health do you have?
19.
19.
What?
He's
Yeah,
a
because I
warlock!
started at 11.
No, I know, but it's still a D8 for health. How bad did
No.
you roll?
Well, actually, I don't know if he
8,
gets D8.
actually.
He's a D6, isn't he, for
No,
warlocks?
D8.
Okay. I was gonna say sorcerers and wizards are D6 then.
Yeah,
But the
sorcerers
thing
and
is,
wizards
I
are
don't
D6.
have any constitution.
Yeah, he has
Oh
no
my god,
constitution. 'Cause he's a
why?
dum-dum.
Why would you
That
not
was-
make...
That his rolls were
Because-
really low. Like he gave, I think your Constitution is your highest one, but
No, charisma is my highest one.
okay, but that's because you need it for spells. So like
Yeah.
the next one,
The next one was, I don't know anymore.
He's fragile as shit.
Yeah.
Fragile is putting it nicely. Glass cannon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, when he gets some levels and has more Eldritch invocations for his Eldritch Blast, oh my. Oh my, oh my. But, oh, by the way, when you go to take those, please talk to me. I want to make sure you're getting some, like, super shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I need to find a way to raise my charisma so I can pass persuasion and intimidation better, only because
Well,
Or
level
like
4, you can do stat points, or you can get a feat, depending
Right.
on how Scott's running the module. Well, not module, I guess, because this is
Yeah,
something-
no module. There is no module for this campaign.
Yeah, I was
There is
using
no
module more as the
Broad
all-
term.
yeah.
All homebrew.
how
All
you're
the
running
time.
your campaign.
Uh-huh.
Blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm. And everyone right now is up in this bitch. Right here.
I'm up in your bitch, yeah.
No, how dare.
We're still in the.
We don't
Yeah,
shoot.
no,
Fucking
sir.
skibbity paps. 6
We're in the
skibbity
cloud
paps.
top, aren't we?
Yeah, you're in the giant city that's floating above the ground.
Okay.
I hear them dice.
I'm just checking to make sure that my dice aren't gonna fuck me today.
Well, you're attempting to make sure.
Yeah.
Well,
I still
Well-
have to use roll 20 for D4s, but
You don't have the little the caltrop of death.
no, I don't have the caltrop of death. I lost both. I only have 2 sets of dice: a black set and an emerald set, and both of them I can't find the D4s for.
You know how devastated I am that my bloodstone die bounced out of my tray and hit my tile floor and
And
like
destroyed it.
pulverized the corner of my D4. I
Wasn't it
built
the
it back
first time-
together
I have
with
a-
resin. I
I
had
have a
was it
link
crazy glue?
for
I
a
did it.
dice maker if you want it, Tim.
No, I got a few nice sets. So the first set that I got for myself, aside from like I think it was like a druid set for my character that I got from Etsy that has like all the like ivy and stuff on it.
Yeah.
I got the bloodstone die when I killed Scott for the first time. It was
Yep.
like my first time killing a player as a DM, and I was like, I'm gonna get some dice.
yeah.
And then the
Now was this
second
a paladin?
yes. And then Anna almost actually killed him instead of just had him bleeding
It's
out.
fucking great.
Again.
Fucking amazing.
Wait, what'd you do?
Threw him out a 2-story
Oh
window.
my god.
Yeah.
So there's a window that's apparently a second story window, but our other character,
Warforged.
who's a construct, and I didn't realize is 7 foot tall, walked in through that window into the building. So I thought it was
climbed up
just like
through the
a
window.
normal window, and in trying to get Scotty away from the big, well, it's a young green dragon.
Yep.
I pushed him out the window, thinking it was just a little window, and
It's
it
like a
was
10-foot
a
drop.
second story
2
window.
stories. 2 death fails.
Yeah. Any damage at all causes 2 failed death.
Saves.
It's a
saving
critical. It's a
Yep.
critical on a death save.
Yeah.
Mm.
So he had
Now,
2.
if I'd realized it was if I had realized it was a second story window, I wouldn't have done it. But I didn't see the context clues in the map, and the guy who I thought was our size ish, but made out of metal, walked into it. So I fucked up.
It made for a
You
good
sure
story.
did.
Thought it was fun. Scott got a fancy new eye and a
That was
cool
fun.
scar out of it.
Yeah, so you're welcome.
Battle worn.
But
What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
and I got Howlite die.
right.
Dingus is not
for my
back, but we
player.
are missing lamps. But
Yeah, but Misto's
Mistigan's taken over.
Yep.
How what?
You're filling in for Mr. Lamps, the
Mhm.
druid of the party, because Mr. Bowen has decided to grace us with his presence.
Well, I mean, his work schedule allowed it. It wasn't like he was trying not to be here.
I know.
Mm.
I just gotta bust his balls too.
he does, and damn you.
Yep, you're welcome. What can I say? Except you're welcome.
What
Willie,
can
you're killing me,
I
Will.
say? You're welcome.
Like, did he go to sleep?
No,
Mm.
there's no way Willie went to sleep.
Undonkus.
Because he's been gone for a while. Like, I think he was gone before I even realized he was gone.
Well, he joined Roll20, so he was back for at least a second because it was just me, you, and Scott.
Okay. There's a party, man.
It is a fucking white out
Potato.
outside.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Yeah.
Boil them, mash them, boil them. DMCA.
God damn it, Simba. I gotta reset my dryer, and you're on my lap. So peaceful.
Damn you, William.
Simba was so displaced yesterday because we moved like everything in the living room so Scotty could vacuum. And then he moved
Scotty too
all the
hotty.
stuff in the dining room,
Good.
and then we attacked. He was just like, where do I hide? Fuck. Oh, he's flicking his tail. Oh, damn. Okay. Get it.
There we go.
Can I tell you how displeased I was yesterday when I was playing Elden Ring and gaining some traction, and my controller didn't die, just kind of
Disconnected.
forgot it was connected.
Oh, God.
That's
And I'm like,
amazing.
roll,
You died?
roll,
You
roll,
died?
come on, why aren't you rolling? And dead. Mother. Fucker. I look down at my controller and it's blinking white. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know that feel. Try fighting the 4 kings in fucking Dark Souls and your controller dies. When you're about to fucking win. Yeah, that's a big
You're not
fucking
allowed
oof.
to win.
No.
What are you talking about?
I was kiting like a group. They're called the Claymen. This is the first time I was fighting these kind of guys, and they're super slow, so you can pretty much dodge, but they hit really hard. But there was like 6 of them, so they were all slightly staggered. So I would roll, but then one of them's spear would pop out a second after that and hit me. I was like, oh, fuck, okay. So I hopped on my horse and I'm running around and just jabbing all of them with my rapier. And I got off the horse so I could take a potion and pop my shield up and fucking hit some. And as I am about to take my potion, it stopped doing that, and suddenly there's 5 of them around me and the wall is right there, and I'm like, why?
I forget that I have this man's number. I just texted Willie.
You alive, bro?
Yeah, I was like, you alive, Will?
So who wants to
Really?
fight me?
No.
No.
Let's
done
not
with
do
this.
this
We're good.
fucking party fighting
I'm
again.
good.
Please.
Okay, again,
Again.
I was trying to fight the Firbolg.
You were trying to spar with him. You weren't even trying to fight.
Yeah, I just wanted to fight one of the
Also
people.
Steam.
I
Have some
figured
fun.
me and the guard captain, I was like, you know what, man? Yeah, we're out here. Everyone's training. Let's do a little practice match. And then I got suckered.
Well, now you know what type of people are in your party.
I know, but that's what I was like. I just want Scott to remember that part. I did not initiate party combat. I was trying to bond with my brother in arms. I gotta look up. God damn it, where did I put my notes for that? I have it. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. It's here somewhere. I wrote it down.
Captain
really
Guard,
wanted to do
Crispin.
that joke.
I hate you. I hate you. I just turned my page over and found it.
Wow, I was just saying I want to be that dick, but I don't want to do that to you because I know how fun it is to find
Literally,
it, and he did it for you
yeah,
anyway.
turned my
Sorry.
page over and it's right there.
Oh,
So I was
dude.
reading, I was like, teleportation
Crispin
circle at
Nightmare.
chamber, Bathsheba, Burt Whistle, met with Vesper.
My notes aren't 100% good, but I fucking.
This is one of
When
your
it's
session
the
notes,
opportunity
people.
to spoil something for me that I was actively saying, wait, don't tell me, you bitch.
Okay, this is also the
Dorgan.
guy who sucker punched you, so
It's
why
okay.
are you
Yeah, I'm the one that
surprised?
sucker punched you, so I don't care.
Yeah, it's all right. There are plenty of bats to go around.
No.
Oh dear.
I'm waiting for the D100 roll.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna sick it on you guys so good.
Also, I destroyed the shit out of him, so I kind of got some of my anger out.
Wait, Tim. Does
I
that
got
mean that
lucky. I got lucky on the
my
fucking crit. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear it. I got lucky on
You
a
got
crit.
lucky that you outrolled me because I had a really high initiative, and then you got lucky that you crit me because you caught me right before that I was
Gonna
raging,
rage.
and I would have used that fucking Goliath ability to negate some of Will's damage and then smash the shit out of the turtle. But again,
No.
you suckered me, you bitch.
So Tim,
Yeah.
since my mount is just a giant bat, it's safe. It has no aggro
So
from you.
we're conceding that dragons don't exist and they're all bats, or
Well, I mean, my bat can also spit fire, but he's just special. Got some radiation, or she rather, and that's her
Tim, I hate
superpower is to spit some fire sometimes.
Yeah. I
So I mean,
mean,
yeah,
as long as you can teach him flamethrower, it's fine.
yeah, she takes care of all the Linux quits for me. It's great.
it's okay.
Which,
Everyone
by the way,
has
can we
one
just
of
talk
those
about the
things,
fact?
Sean. Scott's vagina is his trigger. Bats was yours. I'm sure there was a plethora of things for me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and the other guy that was with us is
Fuck
was
that guy,
Christopher Paratheris. If you don't remember
Yeah.
the name.
Oh yeah,
But
I
yeah.
remember.
Oh, okay.
We're very.
Who
Oh,
was a
you
fuck
you
is
mean
that?
the guy that stole from me and my family and then tried to blackmail me against my family, and they were like, "Psych, son, we already knew that."
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
that guy.
I didn't know that. I did
The
not know
guy
that.
that told me he
Threw
was
me
gonna
under the
kill himself,
bus.
so I
Yeah.
took off of all of my classes that day and called everyone I knew to go to his house. Literally had my brother-in-law's brothers, who are cops, show up and kick down his door, and he's sitting there smoking weed that he stole from me, playing my video game that he stole from me.
What?
Yep.
Oh damn! You try to save his life,
Run
but
that.
now he just stabbed you.
Yep.
But run that by me again.
Yep.
I'll be
You
right
heard
back.
correctly. But anyway,
He
getting
told me
on
he was gonna
track.
kill himself. Yeah. Sorry.
Getting
Yeah.
on track.
He was a huge piece of shit we used to be friends with. But back to this.
Oh.
So who would like to start off?
I technically wasn't here, so my memory of what happened the last
Well,
time
Tim's up
is a
front.
little fuzzy.
And so is Mr. Dingus here because I got to NPC Mr. Dingus, and whoo-wee, was that fun.
I suppose I'll poke around and see if I can get myself a breastplate.
I'll join you. See if I can find some.
Here's a hint.
Something.
You're in front of the Queen's chamber.
We left off in front of the Queen's chamber?
Yes. Yes, we did.
Okay.
We did?
Yes. Yes, we
Let
did.
me look into. Nope, that's not that. That's the one.
Okay.
She sent me notes, I thought. Where'd that go?
Which is
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
Mr. Dingus and Mr. Arhook here were getting very impatient.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I was a little. I vaguely remember being cranky and like we were waiting for decisions, and I was like, I'm gonna do this because we need to do stuff.
Okay.
End of it. Where are we? Concrete. Get to the Queen. I see a bunch of tables lying. Oh, there you go. Soup's up, clang of armor and dishes. I started eating a bunch of food. One. Huggy says new door.
And then the generic white bread
Tired of waiting
castle.
around. Yeah.
The white bread cat.
I think we're talking about you, Meow.
No, I was talking
Oh.
about the white bread castle. The
Oh,
generic
castle.
rook tower that you guys are currently standing in front of.
I heard.
Yes,
white
that's
bread
right. There was
cat.
that was the hallways where I was just
Yep.
slamming my
Trying to
shit into
slam
the
the
wall.
shit. Yep.
And then yeah.
Are you
Then we
still
got
pinging?
food.
Are you still pinging Dingus with little stones?
I think I was smashing the indestructible hallway with my mace, trying to leave marks to show you where I was going.
And then you had the
And then I realized
conjurer
it's just
Yeah.
healing itself.
card. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we all led up to I think the Queen's chambers, and then we left off.
All right. So who's
You're in front of the Queen's chambers. Yep.
Okay.
Well, not in front of the Queen's chambers, in front of the tower that leads to her chambers.
okay? So if no one's gonna do anything, or if we're not ready, because Miss Wit is muted or is spacing.
No, she's muted because I think her nose is attacking.
Okay.
Oh.
I think it says here on the notes, the last thing we left off with was Mr. Vesper producing the seal, I'm assuming to the guards to get us
Correct.
entry into the tower.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
That was it. Yeah.
All right. So I'm assuming we're going up to go see the Queen right now. So we shall head up the tower.
Yes.
So
We shall
these
enter
two
the-
giant doors open in front of your party as you're being essentially let in by the guard. And the inside of the building does not match the outside of the building by any means. There's stained glass every fucking where. Like, there are so many colors that you didn't even know that the fucking colors that existed in this array exist.
Our
So-
hook is amazed.
It is a beautiful, beautiful open walkway straight to her throne, where she is currently sitting. There are doors to your left and right that lead up where you're not quite sure.
How far away from the throne are we?
Say a good 60, 70 feet.
Okay.
Does anyone have prestidigitation by chance?
Oh.
I don't
What
think
the
so.
fuck is that?
It's a spell.
Okay, so our hook is going to take a bit of water and a cloth and try and clean himself up a bit,
Okay.
because I realized it's been a minute since he bathed, and they are very about grooming. But he also is trying to make himself presentable because they're going to speak with the Queen.
I'm dusting off my gi to try to get any dirt and dust off from falling myself.
You just feel my big hand swat you on the back a few times to knock some of the dust off you.
Thank you, big guy.
I don't
Thank
need to explain how cats groom themselves.
Do that.
Do it in
Do that.
excruciating detail.
Do that behind the Goliath, please. We don't want the Queen seeing.
But yeah, leading the charges are Hook and Mr. Dingus in front. What's the marching order here, people?
I was gonna ask if I was gonna be to the right of Dingus.
Okay.
Not the right of Dingus, right of Aruk. I'm sorry.
All right.
My little fancy man will escort me to the throne.
And
I guess everyone else is dead currently, so we will start march. Hey, Dingus has his mic unmuted and stuff. Does that mean he is here?
Yes.
all right.
Okay.
So I'm assuming Aruk, you're gonna let me walk first. I'm gonna walk up about 30 feet closer to the throne, and I'm
Yep.
going to take a knee and bow and present everyone in the party by name.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Your
Your Majesty.
notes.
Out of game.
Yeah.
Yes, because I was super fucking tired last time.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing with the Queen?
That's my question, but we're
That's
here.
a good question.
Oh,
Well,
come
I
on.
guess
You guys
nobody
were.
said BRB, but the Queen, we were going to talk to her to find out any guidance or provisions for her
Can provide. Got it.
counselors can provide, which is why we were going to go to the Queen first before we went shopping, because if they give us potions, then we don't have to buy any.
Well,
Fair
we
enough.
already got. They already offered us the shit to whatever potions we
Well,
want.
you guys got it, and the shopkeeper mentioned it, but
Right. Me,
you know,
Aruk, and
we haven't gone through that, so ask
Fair
the
enough.
Queen, and if she also verifies,
what was fuck? I didn't type the name of the dwarf. What was the name of the dwarf that we met at the World Tree?
Yeah.
Oh no, he was
Is-
human, but he was dwarf size.
Was
I
it?
don't remember him being a dwarf, but I can look and see if I have it.
Are you talking about
I thought
the?
it was a gnome. Thought I made him a gnome. Might be wrong.
I know he's
I'm trying to
small.
think
He's
of
the
the name
small
of the queen.
statured person. I don't remember if it was a dwarf, a gnome, or a tiny human.
I would have to go back through my notes. The only thing I have listed right this second is that he's an archmage. Protects street and settlement where one of his castles.
I'm just going to mark it at gnome, and then when Scott corrects me, he'll correct me.
Yeah.
I'll put gnome with a question mark so I know to go back and get more info because I meant to do so.
But our main mission that we had gotten from him, because now I think that was like 2 sessions ago, because last session was shot.
Right, we're supposed to go to a cave up northish.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
To figure out something with
travel.
the magic problem.
Yes. Okay. I was like, I remembered that. I didn't know if we had like a small step in between that I was forgetting.
No.
Okay.
He gave us the mission. We'll talk to the queen, get more details, and see if there's any provisions we can acquire. Got it.
Right.
And
ready?
Queen's name. What is the queen's name?
Shopping.
Because I am blanking.
Beatrix.
That's what I thought.
Beatrix Delamere.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So
I got that one too. Hell yeah. Tire Tim took notes.
All right, so I'm gonna present myself a little bit closer to the queen. I'm gonna take one knee and I'm gonna say, "Your Majesty, Queen Beatrix."
Oh, I was okay.
I was like, I won't take a full knee, but I will give a very deep bow, kind of like a. I'm also of royal descent.
Yeah.
Just kind of backtracking on the way there, I was going to ask Arhook to speak on our behalf at the very
Well, yes,
least.
I'm just doing
introducing us. Yeah.
I'm just introducing.
He's our squire.
That's what I was planning on doing. So to retro, because I wasn't here when you all started. I didn't know
that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, he was going to. Yeah, he was going to. Royals have to speak to each
I wasn't
other.
just going to ask you. I was just going to say, when you're talking to her, can you ask her about this for me? Because I am not court knowledgeable.
For sure. What were you asking me to ask in particular? Sorry, did I don't know if I glazed over that.
Just general gist of it is any counsel she can give us, and if there's any provisions they can provide without, that they are willing to provide to help us on this mission.
All right, here we go. But yeah, we get introduced. He gives us a whole. Yeah.
All right. So, Your Majesty, Queen Beatrix, I am Bowen Eaith. To my left is His Majesty King Aruk. And to his left is Mr. Earl Dingus. In the back is Mr. Vespa, who you've already had the pleasure of getting to know. Miss Witt. And Mr. Vincent. We are here for...
Mr. Who?
Mr. Meow. That's Mr. Meow.
Mr. Meow? I'm sorry. I can't say the name because it's bad kitty.
Okay. I'll put his real thing next to it too.
She acknowledges, kind of bows her head, and speaks to you. And what have you come seeking? What can I do for you on this fine day?
My lady, we have been tasked with a important mission to go to the north. And investigate more magical weirdness. You can see he's like racking his brain trying to come up with bigger words, but we were hoping you could help us provide more insight
into the magic,
into the problem that we are going to face. And perhaps provide us some provisions for our journey.
Well, know this, that there are at least 3 quandaries before you who have fallen on this mission. We know of creatures that like to hide themselves and and have some sort of natural camouflage. Aside from that, there's not much in terms of help that I can offer. And she kind of gestures around, and you see at this point there are people making their way every direction in this giant fucking tower. And you take it because, again, seeing all the stained glass, that this is the most fortified part of the castle, being as it is the Queen's chambers. And let me check something really quick. Yeah, so it would be Aldo. Aldo, I want a D Schwentz plus your Arcana. And Mr. Meow, I want a D Schwentz plus your Arcana. Go.
What about me?
Yes. Yes.
I have proficiency in Arcana as well. Should I?
No.
I know nothing. I got a natural 1. I am distracted by Queen.
Yeah, you are. Ooh, pretty colors!
There's a queen in front of me. I know nothing.
Yeah, and even being proficient, even having the proficiency in Arcana, you don't want me rolling. Got it.
Wit, Bowen, Miyagi, and Vesper, right?
I rolled a 19.
Is that total, or that's what the roll was?
Is that what?
No, that's total.
That's total? Okay. So you notice that...
Wait, let's get the rolls.
Hang on.
Yeah, we're still waiting for...
What did Bowen get?
I didn't roll.
Bowen's not rolling.
Oh, you didn't roll?
Bowen's not
I'm not rolling.
Okay, so it's just Vesper.
Correct.
And I'm rolling a what? D20?
D20
yes.
plus your Arcana. Yes.
17.
17?
Is that the dice or the total?
The total.
Total.
Okay, 17. Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Meow and Mr. Vesper here notice that the windows themselves are also enchanted. By what means, you're not sure, but because, higher DC. But you can tell that there was a lot of careful construction with not only the hues that went into the glass, but that the glass itself is also enchanted by some means.
Oh.
Can we backtrack a second?
Yeah, go for it.
Can you tell me what the queen said? Because I got that there was 3 quandaries that have already tried to, I think, go to the mountain. And something about creatures, but all I heard is that they are able to hide themselves, so I didn't catch anything.
That they're able to naturally camouflage themselves.
Yeah, and then they said there's not much more information other than that for us.
And she gestures Aruk to come forward. She points directly to you.
He kind of points to himself, and kind of walks up and presents himself.
This
yes, ma'am.
Is a means of discount for while you are here, and only while you are here. The other settlements in our realm are not as friendly as I appear to be. And you can see now. Tim, roll me a d20.
And what is he adding to it?
Perception.
Okay.
Perception. So that is a 10 total on perception.
Okay. So you can see that she's got some wear and tear to her. Like, she's got bags under her eyes. She looks distraught adjacent. Like, she's got a lot on her mind and a lot on her plate.
Scott, do I notice that with the keen eye passive perception?
Let's see here. Check your sheet.
I have passive perception, yes, of 14, and keen eye.
About how far away are you, though?
I am about.
I walked
what,
forward.
30
Yeah.
Yeah, he worked forward. I'm like a little less than 30 feet from it.
Yeah, I'd say you notice.
Okay.
Not as much detail, but you can definitely see the heavy set bags under her eyes.
Okay.
And they're not like dark, they're almost black. Like
Okay.
she hasn't seen much sleep at all this past week.
My lady, are you well?
And she kind of chuckles. She's like, well, there are things falling out of space. No. To be quaint, things are not easy here. All around you, this dome, and she kind of gestures to the entirety of the castle, is a lot of energy and a lot of magic all of the time.
Oh. Okay, I understand what's going on out of game, but okay.
And
He looks around. He's like, "You're doing this?"
most of it. The other 18 help, but this is primarily my magic and why I do not move from this room for the most part.
Would I understand context about the 18 or?
Yeah, you were told that there are 18 mages.
Yes,
Who are responsible, for helping maintain the dome and the city below. Because everything outside is frigid, like beyond frigid.
That is a different page. There it is. Okay.
So, well, okay, out of game. Technically, I rolled a 1, so I don't know if I would know this, but if I can't, then just say that I don't know. But given that information, shit, I think that's gonna be meta. I'm gonna type to you real quick.
Okay. I'm waiting on the DM. Waiting on the DM. Yeah.
I was gonna say my monk in the other campaign has a bunch of pouches and just kind of collects trinkets and nonsense from all around. So I'm allowed to, so long as it's not something overtly helpful, I'm allowed to really pull anything out of my pouches.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, he's gonna reach into his thing. He's like, no, he doesn't. He's not the collector.
Yep. I've done that too. I'm like, no, I'm not playing my character. Fuck.
My character in my other friend's campaign is a monk, but he's like lost his mind because it's Ravenloft. It's kind of like the Dracula module we're in. But the more you die there, the more you lose your mind and kind of just become one with this realm.
And
my guy's been there. No one else in the party knows this yet. My guy's been there for hundreds of years.
Oh no,
he dies all of the time.
You would know. Hang on. Let me get the exact phraseology of this question.
What's the symbology, Scott?
Yeah. So those who rolled would also know that this room is a means of amplification for magic.
Okay. Arhuk definitely doesn't know this, but yeah.
You, Mr. Bowen, you glancing around the room can see, because passive perception, all that, shimmers.
Right.
And they're not, they look like they don't belong. Like, they just straight up, they're not of whatever realm you guys are from. And yeah, does anybody else have questions? She asked the group.
To be frank, Your Majesty, we do not, and I appreciate any help that you have given us thus far.
Oh, I have one question.
Yes, Miss
Literally meekly like that.
Mm-hmm. And she kind of gestures you to come forward so she can hear you because you're like 30 feet back.
Say it once more.
She gestures you to come forward because you guys are still about 30 feet back. Arhuk was the only one who really approached.
Probably blushing like crazy.
Okay.
I do not know the people here. Would my appearance cause a stir? Because I can change it to be less. I can't think of the word. Sorry, out of game. Right now, I kind of look like deathly pale, dark circles in the eyes. I might be a little bit frightening, but I don't. The frightening is not the right word for it. I don't want to cause unease, so whatever the word is, I'm looking for.
She tells you, if I can look like this, and like you can see now, like dark bags, the wrinkles have finally started to set in. She looks like she's under a great deal of stress trying to keep peace between not only her vast kingdom, but whatever other kingdoms they are currently warring with. And she tells you this. She tells you there are a great many battles being fought all over. From the islands that separate what would be Astral Sea adjacent by any of our guesses. Things are not looking up. If anything, we've lost a lot more soldiers to events that were beyond our control.
My lady, would you happen to have a map we can use that shows us where these kingdoms, these enemies of yours are? Out of game. Specifically, I'm trying to essentially get us to be able to see the map that you are showing us.
Yeah. So she shows you and gives you a scrawled in map. It's rolled up. And she just hands it to you, Arhuk. And she goes, this is one of the most detailed, but there's still a lot missing from these pages.
And we will do our best to fill the blanks in.
Let me go ahead and reveal. So, let me point. So, orc, dwarves.
Wait, I'm opening up the thing. Hold on.
You said dwarves?
In the dwarves?
Yes.
Orcs.
Orcs are the red thing there, okay.
Okay.
And then the dwarves are far. Yeah.
And dwarves are here.
Yeah.
And then you get a little bit from down here.
That looks Marcasian.
And that is... we don't even know what to call them. They're literally their own breed. And they tend to keep to themselves. So, if you show up with weapons in your hand, you will be turned away.
What do these people look like?
They almost look like bulls.
Like what?
Bulls.
Wolves.
Bulls. They have horns. Most of them have a pierced nose, and they walk on two legs.
Yeah, I was like, I want to see if my guy would know minotaurs. I don't know if they know the word minotaurs for them. Goddamn. Sorry, I'm looking up to see if
let me also...
they would be...
Shit.
If there would be any reason a Goliath would know about minotaurs. He might know just because he's a bounty hunter and he roams around, but also, I don't. I want to see if it makes sense for him to know. He's not stupid. He's just ignorant. He doesn't know things. Or son of a bitch, come on. God. Song of Avarice. Hybrids. We're gonna share as Labyrinth Homes in the Underdark. Huh. Society.
Oh, that's another thing. Where?
Nah, he probably wouldn't know Minotaurs too much. Maybe from legends, but I'd say he probably doesn't piece together it's the same thing. Kind of like, I'm trying to remember what it was. Like someone describing a rhino is how unicorns became.
Bat.
Yeah. No, it was like someone that sees like a rhino is like, oh, and it's this thing that has a large one horn on its face, and they drew unicorns. Or trying to remember what it was. They were like trying to describe a giraffe or something like that.
I think it's the giraffe analogy. Yeah, it's a horse with a very long neck.
No, I'm talking about how a lot of like the mythological creatures in like English folklore and stuff became a thing was because people went to like Africa and tried to describe what these animals looked like, and people dramatically changed what it was in their mind. Because they're like, yeah, it was, it had spots like a lion, like a leopard, and it had, and just using what they knew to try and fill in the blanks, and it came up with completely ridiculous things like,
like
trying to describe a rhino is how they ended up with a unicorn.
Okay.
It was like a squat horse with a horn on its nose. What?
All right, so Scott revealed more of the map around that island.
Nice.
Okay, so it was.
Would these be
dwarves
other
on the far
kingdoms?
right, unknown bull-like creatures to the south, and orcs are in between.
Correct.
Yes, orcs
and then
in
what
between.
was the around the world tree? What are those few islands?
Those are all elven villages for the most part. Those are smaller settlements and or people who did not wish to remain in the city and decided to more or less go form their own nation.
And would that be the southmost
Are they still
continent
allies
as well?
or not so much?
You're talking about down these
Yonder.
parts?
Yeah.
She tells you this is an ever-drudging battle against undead.
Oh,
Wait,
I see.
Because I wasn't zoomed out enough.
The bottom left corner.
Yep.
The forest that looks like perpetual autumn.
Right before the dead fields.
Yeah, the dead wood.
The dead fields.
Yep.
That's fucking dope. I like that. There's a little castle thing at the bottom with the dead mark, and then there's a little tower at the top. I enjoyed that very
against
much.
Undead?
Undead, yes.
And is that a collective effort?
That is, and she tells you, facing Vesper at this point, this is where all of the druids go. Every druid that is born here is enlisted from essentially a very young age to start magically training at this cathedral. And the ever-growing battle wages from about here to midway into the Autumn Wood.
God, at some point I really want to put Fenalier into here just because that is fucking amazingly dope druid shit right there. And I'm very sad that I don't have a druid right now. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, that's fantastic. Oh.
But yeah. And she asks, do you have any other inquiries while you are still present?
Where did you say the mini nations were?
Mini nations are all surrounding the world tree.
Yeah,
are they technically still allies?
Yeah.
Or just or like
they're allied. They're just very standoffish to outsiders.
It's like we aren't against you, but like we're not really.
Just like the guards were irritated with your presence, because you're not of this realm.
Yeah. And then, for reference, the spot that we're going to the north, where is that on the big map?
That guy.
Okay,
That
I was
guy
gonna
right
say,
there.
is that the cave right there?
Yep,
Awesome.
that guy right there. It'll take you about 7 days to reach it, is what she tells
Okay.
you.
Where are there places of rest for our mounts in between here?
Any of the small islands that float, she tells you.
So there's spots,
Yeah,
floating
there are
rock, but
spots
there's
between.
spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But be wary, she tells you, because one of our forces headed for the north hadn't even made it because a city crashed into them.
Yes, I can see that being a problem. Arhuk, I'd say Arhuk knows little, but he knows enough in trying to learn, how to be king, that he knows you shouldn't turn your back on royalty. So he kind of backs up and turns his head a little and is like, "Do you guys have anything else you want to ask?"
Bowen just shakes his head.
Not particularly.
Out of game.
We
got something to give us a discount around this city so that we can look for provisions.
And just the city.
Correct.
Just here.
Yeah.
Just
Is it like a seal or?
Okay. It is her insignia itself. Like,
okay, so we have 2 of them then.
Like her personal thing.
Her personal insignia. Like, if you...
Is that the same thing she gave Lamps before?
Vesper has a sigil of the queen.
Okay, but that's her now.
That is
just received
her personal.
She just
like,
took that off
you
of her
can, if
coat.
because he's wearing it, like Vesper's wearing it. If you look at it, like it looks like the difference between, like the difference
he has
between
a copy
emerald
of her thing
and sage green. Okay, like those 2 colors. The one that Arhuk has in his hand is almost translucent.
Okay.
It's crystal in nature, and it seems to be exuding a constant glow.
Okay.
Like a dim light glow, or
Correct.
like a.
Correct.
Okay.
Like a little.
Okay.
I'd say Arhuk doesn't really wear a shirt, but he has a small leather like harness so that he can strap his weapon to his back.
So you're
he's
just
going to pin the sigil onto the leather.
Okay, fair enough. So you go
like a little badge. Yeah. I was gonna say he's gonna slap it right into his skin. And I was like, no, that's dumb.
Scott, as Aruk's pinning the badge to him, I whisper to Wit. I whisper to the others and tell them, as we're ready to leave, just stand up and just face the queen and just back up slowly. Leave the room. Don't turn your back to the queen.
Yes, that's good advice. He kind of squats down and turns his head back. He's like, yes, what he said. Oh, my lady, before we go, do you have a way for my allies here to keep in contact with each other or to keep in contact with you?
And she thinks quietly to herself.
I say, out of game, if sending stones is too much too early, totally understandable.
That or communication earrings for all of us.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Pitching it now in case it is a thing we can get, so because that would be helpful. But again, if it's too early, 100% get it.
I'm like, not at level 3. Like, this is why I'm waiting until level 5.
Definitely.
Okay.
No, for sure. Just just trying to see what we can get.
But what she tells you is, we could work on something for you. We have really no need because, and she kind of gestures to everything. And there's also no need to stand on formality here. I personally hate, and she express it like you can see the disgust in her face at this point. I hate
Wit visibly relaxes, like, oh, thank God. I have no idea what I'm doing. I am.
Oh, she just like shoulders shrugged down, like, oh, thank fuck, I don't have to be uppity. Oh,
yeah, like I say, Arhuk kind of slouches his shoulders a little bit. Like, oh, kind of lets his. He doesn't really have a gut. He's a very lean. Like, I know you guys keep fucking making fun of it. That's what the stats say for Goliaths. It's within the range. He's just supposed to be a very lean.
Yeah, he's swole.
Yeah,
he's swole.
Yeah.
He's swole regard without being boner. Yeah.
Yeah, he's cut, but he's not.
All right, so
he's a brown cut.
At her comment of the disgust of not liking formalities, I motion her and say, I do apologize, Your Majesty, Miss Beatrix. It's just more so of how I was raised.
And that's good.
Arhuk reaches into his pouch, and he pulls out whatever booze is left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
But he's gonna go up towards the queen and kind of lean in and open the bag and be like, if you want something to, help get through the day, I have some.
And she happily accepts. She's like, I'm tied to this.
Wait, what was it that you offered her?
All day.
Some type of ale left from this morning.
Yeah. Like I'd say, he probably drank a bunch of it, but we'll say he puts them in his like water skin, and he happily hands over his large skin of ale. Yeah.
And this, what would be to you, Arhuk, this tiny elven woman, okay, downs your water skin. The entire, just fucking, like, chugging, fucking, like, out of a fucking keg status, gone.
A queen after my own heart.
I'm at this point. I'm just dumbfounded at my sign, my show of trying to be respectful, just to see how the queen's acting, and I'm like,
damn.
I let out this audible. I let out an audible sigh of relief, like, oh my God, I'm not in trouble.
The moment I see her chugging that thing, I'm like, chug, 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 chug.
And she does. And she fucking does. And she hands you back your water skin and goes, thank you. And she gets up and stretches and kind of waves her guard off like, leave us. And you see everybody make their way to either one of the two doorways on either side. And the door's closed. And lock. And she tells you, the state of affairs in this nation is deplorable. Deplorable? Deplorable.
Yeah.
Abhorrent?
That.
It's alright, big guy. We'll tell you later what it means.
And, you can see her deep in thought for a second, like...
Sorry, I had to type it out because I was like, I think I know the word. Yes. Okay, sorry, continue.
And she looks up at your hulking frame. You're a gigantic fellow. But know this. And she looks at the rest of your, group. Things out here are rough. People don't like each other. And if you're traversing whatever makeshift islands or whatever is happening to this realm, just know that this is the kindest kingdom you'll come across. And I worry for all of your safety outside of these walls. And you see her kind of relax back into her throne like, it's going to be a long day.
Arhuk's jovial expression for the drinking contest kind of drops to more of a serious face.
Stern look, yeah.
I'm no stranger to being an unwanted person in lands not of my own.
Was that Wit?
And me either.
She's chiming in to say neither her.
Mhm.
Yeah, me either. Actually, I think that's why maybe Mistra picked such a varied group. I mean, we all have a little bit different, and we've only known you for, I don't know, maybe a day or so. Time's been really weird, but we all have different skills and visuals and strengths, so maybe that's why we're kind of thrown together.
Might be.
One can hope.
Whatever the
We
case
thank
may
you
be, I'd rather have the company I have now than where I was.
We thank you for your hospitality and your kindness.
And she bows her head. Now, if you would kindly leave me so that way I can get back to. And she gestures again to the entirety of the room.
Okay.
Okay.
I walk out.
Bye.
And you see all of her servants kind of like filter in, take off. And because you guys were in such close proximity, you would notice that she's kind of a nester. Like, there are plates, there are, other things around. Yeah.
Okay.
And, yeah, you guys are more or less shown the door.
Like, this is my room, now get out.
Yeah. Now, what would you guys like to do? It's about,
well, we
I'll
know
say
where
it's
the
about
armory is.
probably 2-3 in the afternoon by this point.
Okay. So before anything, I motion to Aruk and I say, let's see if we can get something that can help us to keep us a little bit safe.
I'd say Miyagi said he knew where the armory is. Maybe we should start there and work our way from that. And you guys, I think you mentioned you had gotten potions, or the stable master definitely mentioned potions available.
Yes,
so we should definitely head that way.
Captain
My
Crispin,
good friend. Yeah.
Sorry.
I
Captain
was like, my
Crispin,
good friend Crispin Nightmane, you bastard, man. I got it that time.
Go
Hey,
ahead. Go ahead.
It has
Sorry.
plenty of potions to share. Make sure you mention that you're my friends.
Well, you'll be with us. We
I'm
might as well
going
travel
to get
together.
the
'cause-
armory.
Huh?
Well, I do believe the armory is on the way up to where the captain should be stationed. So let's head to the armory
I'd
first.
say we might as well stick together. Otherwise, especially with all this magic around, we
Well,
may
you know-
end up in every different corner. So
Yeah, you
I
guys
say
know
it's
that the
literally
courtyard
two ends at the hallway.
is adjacent to the other side of the hallway that you guys bamped into.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was like a
All right.
T hallway, and one way was the armory, one way
So
was the.
let's head to the
courtyard.
armory
Sure.
if he's still open.
armor is always open.
He's
3
got
o'clock in the
wares.
Hang on. Trying to.
I did not mark the name down because I was not there.
I
Miyagi.
did. Hold on.
Okay, Miyagi has the name for sure because he was actually in the location.
My character does have the name, but out of character, I don't.
I was gonna say he slept since then. I don't blame him. I have too.
Fair enough.
Let's see.
You might have posted it into the chat. Let me go back.
I have the notes.
I'm fairly certain it's Griswold. No.
Oh,
like
no, that's
5 days of shopping.
Yeah, I think it's Griswold.
Yeah, I actually didn't write that one. Damn.
Yeah, Roland.
I have the
Griswold.
statue. The statue's name, Thora Klauskraft.
Mhm.
I have that too.
Oh wait, I have an NPC list. Let me see if I put. You know what? You didn't give us his name. You gave us his description.
Okay.
I was going to ask you for it because I wrote down Castle Smith for now. It's a grizzled old man, white hair, giant white bushy beard, brawling, sweating bullets.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys gotta ask these names. I forget
Sounds
too.
like Sam Elliott to me.
Yeah, and then someone posted a picture like, Scott, is this him?
Oh yeah, the dwarf guy.
Yeah.
Fucking Andre, dude. It's fucking Andre from Dark Souls. Like, that's all I've got to say is it's fucking Andre.
I was like, I'm gonna run and grab a drink, but you guys keep pushing it. I'll come back and pop in. I know what I'm looking for.
So what is everybody looking for in the armory?
I think me and Tim were just kind of looking for something to raise our defense. I'm just looking for a set of bracers or I know it's a smithy, but I wanted to see if I can get like some type of bracers or something my class can wear that would raise my defense, my DC by 1.
Your AC.
AC, I'm sorry.
I'm like, wait, DC. Oh wait, no, I got it. Sorry, that was me autofilling, not actually trying to correct you. Sorry.
That's fine. AC is what I meant, but DC
It is
from other
technically
games. DC is from other games. That's my fault.
Well, also, it's spell DC. I mean, it's a term that you would have heard.
Fair enough. Yes, something to
Or
increase my AC.
a check. You're not wrong.
No, So is the door open? Door closed?
You can. The door is wide open. The door is wide open. You guys can feel as soon as you enter the heat that is this room.
Okay. So I'm
hear the ping, 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 right?
Mm-hmm. That ting, 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 ting.
And I'm asking the smith, sir, I do not mean to interrupt your work, but I am looking for something to help me on my travels. Me and my companions are.
Oh, here we go again. And he swiftly puts what he was hammering back in the forge, puts his hammer down, looks over. He's like, okay, still covered. And, alright, what are you looking for?
I am looking for something that will not absquander my movement, but will help me stay a little bit safe.
Research.
To say, I think bracers were okay because, bracers or gauntlets because it's not technically
armor. Yes,
armor. Because I know Bo had special gauntlets, and I know that Yasha had bracers, which she could use without fucking up something else. She's a different class, but there was a reason why she couldn't wear armor.
Unarmored defense for barbarians. It's your constitution and your dexterity modifiers, so long as you're not wearing any armor. But my guy is going to get a breastplate because his score is only like 15, and if he gets a breastplate, it'll be 16, and it still won't impose disadvantage on stealth rolls or dex checks.
As I search my bag of tricks.
That's also what's it called? Miss Tamara has a breastplate for a similar reason. The highest armor you can get of medium armor before it starts imposing disadvantage for stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for monk
it was so pretty and gold and had a dragon on it. Then I had to make it look like green leather, or green or black leather. I think it was dark green though, so I could look like a mercenary, not this gold thing. I was like, oh, it was so shiny. Which is funny because in real life I don't really like gold. I prefer white, gold, and silver.
Me both.
You have all the fancies.
Fuck. All right.
Bless you.
Let's see.
Yeah, monk is 10 plus wisdom and dex.
Yes.
Arhuk, were you saying that to the smith, or were you letting the DM know while he's doing research?
A little bit of both.
Telling the DM.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, because I came back in to part of that conversation. I was like, oh, actually, this is directly pertinent to what I'm doing right now. I was like, yeah.
So you said you would like a breastplate to help defend you?
Yeah. I was thinking of switching it up with a shield and something as well, but I might just kind of let that rock for now.
Okay.
Like, oh, I'll use Excalibur, but I'm like, huh. Yeah, but for now, I'm gonna
stick with the 2d6.
Yeah.
All right. So he goes a breastplate, huh? do you know what your measurements are? Actually, you know what? Hang on. And he kind of runs off into the back. And you hear him struggling. Like, this man is struggling. And this man is fucking brolic. Alright? So, he comes out with this... It doesn't look beaten to shit, but it looks like it's taken a good few dings. Okay?
Yeah.
And he goes, this might suit you. And he kind of hands it up to you like, this is really heavy, fucking mind.
It puts a hand on it and kind of lifts it up. Ah. Inspects it. It's glorious.
And you see this semi-shimmering, again, it's dented in at least like 2 spots, more toward the end of the torso by where your stomach would be, and more toward the left shoulder. And they're pretty decent sized dings. But he goes, this is obviously going to be discounted because I'm not blind. And this will run you normally be about 1,500 gold. Put it at 1, 2, 3.
Does he see the sigil or the emblem on his...
That's what he was just from. I'm not blind.
Oh, I thought you meant because of the dings. Sorry.
16.
I thought so,
This will be about 360 gold pieces. And what was it that you were looking for, little man? Because he's much more brolic than Bowen is.
360.
360.
What was the original price, though?
1,500.
About 1,500 gold.
God damn it.
You can take it out of game as these 2 insignias stack. So if you're looking for something expensive, now would be the time to fucking grab it.
For the meantime, while
and Tim, your AC increases by 1 if you buy it.
I'm holding on to the other insignia, please.
Well, no, but Vesper's right with you.
Yeah. I know, but he's not in game.
Well, I'm saying he is in game. Aldo's there, but he doesn't know it, so he's there with you. He said he had it out.
Although Mr. Bowen would like to know if he can borrow Mr. Vesper's insignia.
I will return it. It shall be returned to you before we leave the city, but if you can just hand it to me for the moment.
Will it be returned for real?
Yes, it will.
Oh, out of game, just so you know, Bowen and Vesper have a bit of a
bromance,
brotherhood, because they're both wood elves, I think, right?
Yep, they're both
kinship. Because they're racist.
Brotherhood, kinship, same idea. There is a bit of extra trust just because they are.
By the way, just so everybody knows, I am rolling for the prices of these items.
Okay.
To be fair.
That's fair.
And Mr. Vesper, are you going to indeed hand over late insignia to Mr. Bowen?
Yes.
Okay.
So now that I'm holding on, I'm going to pin it to the left lapel of my gear.
Well, it's a necklace, so I mean, you can
it's a necklace.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. And he goes, "And what are you looking for, little man?"
Some type of gauntlets that could just help keep me a little bit safer.
So, like a gauntlet of defense?
Yeah.
Defense gauntlets?
Thinks to himself for a minute, like, where the fuck did I put those? And you guys can see all manner of battle axes, swords, glaives, all across the walls.
It's just a complete mess, but he knows where everything is.
And he walks over to this little box. It's probably about 3 feet by 2 feet deep, 3 feet wide by 2 feet deep, about a foot high. and goes with 2 fingers, so like these. And they're gorgeous. Like they look like they have ivy wrapped around them and garnished or embedded into the actual gauntlets themselves. And he goes, yeah, I guess I could part with these. And instead puts the bracers back in and takes off his bracers. And goes, one size fits all, and slaps one on you. And it just kind of conforms to your wrist.
Wait.
So essentially what he did was he found a pair of gauntlets that he had.
I'm so sorry. Give me one moment. Pam's yelling for me. Oh, boy.
What's your armor class?
16.
Dirty little slut.
All right, just so I see if I understood.
If we have enchanted armor here that can get me more than a +1.
All right, we have to take a hiatus. Pam's got a fucking bug up her ass.